The American dream stinks. And here's why. Because the American dream, as it is known today, has the wrong goal. It is a goal of freedom, but not a freedom from oppression. Not a freedom from tyranny or misrepresentation, but rather it's a goal of freedom to be self-sufficient. Everyone who has bought into this dream has a goal of living in a nice house in a nice neighborhood, with a white picket fence around their property and two cars and a minivan in their garage. The father has a nice job where he does work in the business world, and the mom has a part-time job while at the same time running the kids from school to band to church. This picture is one that's found all over the place, thanks to marketing that dominates advertising and creates this perception that this is America, and that this is success. It's a nice goal, though. I have to admit that if my life ends up looking that way down the road, I probably won't be complaining. And I believe that for a lot of people, this is God's will in their life. I'm not criticizing them, and I'm definitely not condemning them. However, it's still indicative of a culture that has defined success the wrong way and has set the wrong goals. Therefore, when people say that we are making progress as a country, I have to wonder, are we really going in the right direction? Because America is not an individual, it's a country. It's a group of people who say that they're unified under a flag, and it has a seal that reads the United States of America. And yet, for all the talk of unity, we struggle to even accept help carrying our bags to our cars. I don't believe in perfect people. I am far from perfect, as my final earlier today indicated quite nicely. And I am continually reminded that I cannot do life on my own. I have strengths, and I have gifts, and I have abilities. But I also have plenty of weaknesses and areas in my life where I could use some help. Not to mention the limits that my physical body has, such as only having two hands and sometimes having to carry more bags than two hands can carry. The other day I was in a Panera where a lady has to carry 5 trays to her table for her and her family. I offered politely and hopefully not creepily to help, but she refused. At first I was stunned and I wondered what I had done to offend her and that she wouldn't accept my assistance carrying her bags. And that got me thinking about times where I have refused assistance or help or care and chose to rather struggle by myself because I wanted to do it by myself. There's a theory out there that's called the unintended consequences of ideas. I believe that the American dream today, like all other ideas, has had some unintended consequences. With its goal of being free to be self-sufficient and needing no one, it has created a mindset that has actually permeated into every area of our lives. We struggle to detach that mindset from our everyday living, and so we have erected our white picket fences and our all-star Facebook profiles. Well, I have a dream. I have a dream of a group of people who have chosen to not value self-sufficiency to the point where they refuse help when they need it. A group of people who have chosen to help each other out without needing to receive any credit or assistance in return, but know that if it is needed, it will come. I have a dream of community developing where the people of that community don't even have to communicate or ask for something that they need, because the people around them know them so well that they meet that need before it's even asked for. A community that is marked by love for each other and supporting one another in their own individual lives. One of the most popular trending topics on the internet is the idea of restoring faith in humanity. I'm an immense fan of reading articles and watching videos that, rather than spread news of things that have happened in this world that are negative, are positive instead. They are stories of people who care for each other and serve them, and in so doing, restoring our people's faith in the future of humanity. I want my faith in humanity to be restored as well. Except for me, restoring my faith in humanity means that humanity is not in the singular, but rather in the collective. It is time for America to wake up from their dream and realize that no matter how smart, intelligent, rich, or well-spoken we may be, that there are going to be times where we will need each other. We will need a shoulder to cry on and someone to wipe away our tears. We need someone to encourage us when things are going wrong and our future is in dim dismay. It is time for America to realize that instead of striving to be the greatest nation on earth through military or technological means, we should be striving to be the greatest nation on earth who doesn't even realize it. It is time for America to swallow our collective pride and to understand that we are all human and that we all can help each other. You know, millennials, for a generation that is said to be so caring about the world, to be all over social justice, to be doing things and being activists in areas where we are just trying to help, whether it be sex trafficking in Asia, AIDS in Africa, wherever. We are so quick to jump on the boat and to do something about it, to raise money, to go over there to find clean water for people who can't find it for themselves. And yet, back here in America, quote, the greatest nation on earth, we are so busy building cities that have little cubicles so that we can go from that cubicle back to our house. We are so busy growing up in a church that doesn't accept assistance when it needs it from other churches in the area or ministries or even people off the street. You know, my friend wanted to go on a trip to help people devastated by flooding and a hurricane. She called churches in the area, and because she was not a member, they would not let her go. Americans, if our goal is to be the greatest nation on earth, to achieve our American dream of having a freedom to do what we want, we're going to end up being a culture that prizes self-sufficiency over helping others and serving them in love. And as long as that drives the country that we live in, I am fearful that my faith in humanity will not be met. So let's forget that dream and wake up and to realize that the best way for us to achieve greatest nation on earth status is to not care about it, but rather to care about our neighbor and to get to know more than their name, more than their title, but to know them and to understand who they are and to have them understand us. It all goes back to the golden rule. Love one another as you would have them love you. God bless America.